Hi, this is Leigh Higgins, and I am live here from downtown Hua Hin. I'm here at Sipgarai, which is Soi 19 Queen's Park, which is such a beautiful place to do my live stream today. Sorry for a little earlier hiccup. I had some audio problems, but hopefully you can hear me better right now. So today's live stream is all about learning to I suppose for people who are moving to Hua Hin or contemplating the move to Hua Hin, how do they navigate themselves around Thai food? And it is something that I come across all the time when I'm speaking to people who come and do a food tour with us who are contemplating on the move to Hua Hin, or just people who are already just moved here and wanting to know about how to get involved with Thai food a little bit more. So this video in live stream is all about that. So I've been living here since 2016. My husband and I moved here, and we absolutely love living here in Hua Hin. But more importantly, we absolutely love Thai food. So we're always eating Thai food, but always wanting people to have a better experience around Thai food. So that's what this live stream is all about. So I'm going to get back started around talking about, I suppose, when we first moved here. We used to travel here a lot to Hua Hin, and we used to travel a lot around Thailand. So we definitely knew our way around Thai food. But to be honest, when you move here and live here, it takes on a new dimension. And probably one of the things that I really say to people about when they move here is to probably sort of put on the back seat what you already know about Thai food and start to explore the different parts of what Thai food is all about. Because one of the biggest things around Thai food is knowing about not only the history of how Thai food has been influenced over the years, but also all the different regions have all different flavors. And once you understand that, it will help you then understand what dishes you should be ordering, what dishes you need to try. And when you travel to other parts of Thailand, well, that just pushes it out a little bit more. So you're not only trying the dishes that you know from your home country. So one of the things that probably the first thing I like to say to people is there is four main regions of Thailand, which is the north, that has been probably heavily influenced by China and some of the Muslim Persian traders that have come through that area. You've got the northeast or the Isan area of Thailand. Now, that is the biggest region of Thailand, and the food from north to south of the Isan region is and can be a little bit diverse. So within that area, it is, a food explosion. You've got the central region, which probably includes around Bangkok, up to Ayutthaya, to Sukhothai, around those areas. And then you have the southern area of Thailand. So that's really as you get sort of from Phuket and below, right down to Hat Yai. And they're the four main regions. And as I said, look, the Muslim traders and the Muslim people that, came through Thailand years and years ago, centuries ago, they were either from the south of Thailand or they were the Persian type traders, and they brought different spices and different flavors to those areas. And Isan is probably very heavily influenced by Lao, so punchy flavors, lots of grilled meats, lots of salads. And then you've got the central area, which has been really influenced by the the royalty of Thailand. So that's one of the biggest things that has influenced Thai food here. And normally, when you are in your home country, the food that you get at your local Thai restaurant We'll mostly have food from around the central areas, like the curries, Gankeel one, which is green curry, Penang, those types of things. You'll also find things like maybe pad thai, so that's the most popular noodle dish that a lot of restaurants will order. Tom yum goong, which is a delicious dish that will also be from around that area as well. So there is lots of influence in Thai food. But when you're in your home country, there's a lot of the time that those popular dishes are what those restaurants are putting up. But when you come here, that is, yes, you can find all those dishes, and yes, you have a confidence to order those dishes. But you know what? There is so much great Thai food here, and it's not all spicy, and it is just a flavor explosion. And in my opinion, Thai food is the best in the world. And why I say that is because not only because of the regional differences, but a lot of the times in every mouthful you get spicy, sour, sweet. I've forgotten the other ones, unami flavor as well, which is that really earthy flavor. And oh, I'm missing one there. Sweet, spicy, sour, can't remember. Maybe someone can help me out there. Honkin, can you help me? But anyway, uh, so that's what that is all about. So one of the things that I really encourage people to do, yeah, bitter. Sorry, thank you, Honkin. Thank you for telling me that. Had a bit of a brain spasm here, sitting seaside here in Hua Hin. But I think one of the things when you come to Thailand, also one of the biggest things people say is, I can't eat spicy, or I don't want to eat too much spice, I don't want it Thai spicy. So, to be honest, it is about knowing the dishes, because not every Thai person eats spicy. But also, when a Thai person is eating a meal, it is very well balanced, whether that's with rice, vegetables, or soup. There's other things that make things less spicy, and it is about knowing how to make your dish suit your palate, not the dish beforehand being less spicy for you. And I think chefs, in my opinion, want to cook what they believe is the right flavor profile for you. And I think that's a real important thing to know, that when you go to a restaurant, it is, especially ones that are, you've got lots of maybe travelers going to, some of the flavors might be a little bit in the middle area. So I do encourage you to, work through dishes that are meant to be less spicy. What will happen is, and there's hundreds of less spicy dishes, can I tell you? Because I eat Thai food all the time, 2, 3, 4 times a day, just depending on what I'm doing. And they're not all spicy dishes. So if you're thinking about noodle soups, noodles, all those types of things, well, they're all made for you to actually amp up the flavor profile of it. And I think that, to me, tells me exactly what you need to do, because you need to test your food before you start plonking into it, to see what that spice level is, because that will really help you understand what you need to do to that dish, whether you need more rice, whether you need a little bit of protein and a lot more rice, all that sort of stuff. But noodles are very easy to spice up, spice down, because it's on the table ready for you to go. But other times you'll go to restaurants and you've got no control over that. So I think, for me, I think it is important to really work through and learn and understand those dishes, and not just get into the habit of ordering things less spicy. Because one of the things, I suppose, talking to chefs in Thai restaurants, they really want to present their food the way it should be. However, though, they do not want to disappoint people. They don't want people to go, oh, I can't eat that because it was too spicy. And so they make the dishes on their menu to cater for that. And to make something, say for myself, if I go into a restaurant and they ask me, do you want it less spicy? I know probably it is going to come less spicy, but to make it more spicy, I don't want them just to add chili. So it is a balancing act because Thai food is all about balance. It has to have the sweet, it has to have the chili to it. It has to have a range of textures to each dish. And I think that's a really important thing. So if you've got any questions, maybe put them up into the live feed so I can read them and see who's online. We've got a few people online at the moment, and big apologies for the start being a bit disrupted there. But yeah, send me a message about anything about Thai food or things that you're struggling with as a new expat or someone contemplating coming here to Thailand. And maybe it's your first time, or maybe it's you've been here on holidays, but you want to retire here, or you want to move here to live out a long time. Maybe send me a message about some of those questions that you have. One of the things that I also see a lot of, maybe travelers and people newly moving here is they want to be involved in Thai culture, and Thai culture, in my opinion, revolves around food, because no matter where you go, whether it's a religious ceremony or a party or whatever, there is always food involved. And I think that is one of the key things about when people move here is they want to get involved with the culture. But you got to get involved with the food, right? So if you do that, then the culture of Thailand becomes a whole new level for you. Now, I've got a question here from Honkin. A lot of people ask me about the safety of ice in Thailand. Is it safe? Well, that's a good question, Honkin. Um, well, in my humble opinion, and I've been traveling here since a long, long time ago, and I've been living here full time for 10 years. There is the old myths about ice and that it's not safe and that people use really crook water, water that's not clean to make ice because it's cheaper and all that type of thing. I'm just going to put it out there first off. Thai people don't want to make other Thai people sick. That is the number one rule. They're not waking up in the day, whether they're making food, they're at a street food vendor, or they're making ice, that they are thinking about if they do something, they want to make people sick. They're not thinking that way at all. And Thailand, unless you're up in the back hills of somewhere, maybe the ice is not good, but overall, my husband and I have traveled to a lot of remote parts of Thailand through our times, and we've never been, touch wood, to actually been sick by eating the ice, because the ice cubes that you get for your drinks that you see the bars and the restaurants having, if they don't have an ice machine themselves, those ice blocks, they come in big bags from an ice making company. That ice making company is using filtered water. So the venues pay for that ice. So it's not free, right? So if it was free, maybe it's not going to be good. And the other ice you will see around is the crushed ice. And if you go around near, say, the Chat Chai market here in Hua Hin, that market, you'll see always guys on motorbikes with big, buckets of ice going to the vendors. Now, that shaved ice goes on the bottom of whether it's fish or fruit or whatever it may be. Now, that's made for a purpose. But can I tell you that I wouldn't be eating that, and also the vendors are not eating that either. So there's purposes for ice here. So from my opinion, ice is very safe. I drink ice in my beer every day. Yes, I'm an Australian and I do have ice in my beer. But I find that it is very, very easy to have ice in your drinks. Sometimes people will go, well, I don't want to eat vegetables because they've been washed in the water and the water's not clean. Again, I go back to the saying is, And especially if you're looking at Southern food and Isan food, there's a lots of vegetables that are served as a side salad, or even, you get all your numpricks and and numpricks are like a chili dip, and there's lots of varieties. And you go to stalls and they've got all these vegetables, or kanamji, and they've got all these vegetables all laid out. Those vendors are not purposely unwashing those, or they're dirty, because if they make their patrons sick, well, they're not going to go back. So it is important to know the psyche of Thai people, Thai restaurateurs, Thai cooks. They want people to enjoy what they're cooking. And for me, eating vegetables has not been a problem. And also, to be honest, it is an integral part of Thai food to eat lots of vegetables. So it's a real critical thing. We've just got another message come through. Hey, Sean and Joe, how are you? Your question, the best dish I have ever eaten in Thailand. Oh my gosh. You're not supposed to ask me a tough question like that. Well, it's a hard one, to be honest with you. There's I think for me, I love northern food, to be honest. I love all the Thai food, but one of my favorite dishes that I really love eating is a young jackfruit salad. Now, it's called tam kanun, which is a pounded young jackfruit salad, and it is absolutely delicious. A bit of sticky rice. Now, most people would never know that salad who either travel here for the first time or live here or even go to a northern restaurant. And it is a very popular dish and it is just so delicious. But that is such a hard question, because I look at my favorites in with regions. So if I think about northern, that's my favorite northern dish. If I think about over in Isan, I love gang om, which is like a hot soup with vegetables in it. Sometimes it's got a protein in it. Delicious. Again, not many people know about it, but Thai people eat it all the time as it is a really good cleanser. If I'm thinking about central food, I love a good curry or yum nem khao tot, which is a salad of a crispy rice ball that's all pounded up into a salad. Delicious. And if I go down south, I really love kua kling, which is a dry fried yellow minced pork curry. It's called a curry, but it's dry fried. So that's a long answer to a really hard question. But that's, so for me, when new travelers come here or new expats come here, 99% of the time they would not have experienced Southern Thai food. And even if they've been to Phuket or places like that, the Southern Thai food that you're getting there is not quite where Southern food is. And Southern food is yellow, it is fiery, it is like full on. But yet then you get this, what they call muan, which is like a sweet pork belly. But you need the hot and spicy with the sweetness to counteract. So, the kuk ling, which is the dry fried pork curry, is not necessarily sweet at all. It is really just delicious, but it's hot, right? But you need the sweetness, and that's the thing about eating Thai food. If you're only eating kuk ling, you're going to get that in front of you, get some rice, and you're going to eat it, and the first mouthful you're going to go is, oh my God, Thai food is so hot. Well, yes, it is if you only have one dish and that's all you're eating. But if you have vegetables, a numprik with a muwan and kuk kling, none of that then becomes spicy. And it is about how you're eating that food. And that is one of the things that I really encourage people to do. And especially if you're an expat living here, where you can take things home, right? If we're in Australia, we would not be allowed in a restaurant to take things away. But you will see it is quite okay to order what you need to make that meal work for you. And then whatever you don't eat, you take home. And that is the beauty about living and being here in Thailand, because you have got a home to go to. Probably a bit harder for a traveler, can I say, unless you've got an Airbnb or something like that where you've got a little kitchen. But for someone who is now living here, it is a great option, and that's what we do. And you'll see Thai people doing that. And I suppose the thing around Thai food is all about texture, crispy, crunchy. It's about hot and sweet. It's all about having a salad. It's all about being also having something in there that just breaks everything down, just calms everything down. So that is what I sort of probably suggest to people. And I suppose the challenge with when people are traveling, they might be traveling on their own. So they go, well, I don't want to order 3 dishes. But you can get and you can see places that sell 1-plate dishes. But even then, I say you might get a 1-plate dish. You're going to get a lot of rice, a little bit of protein. You just probably need something else there to actually round that out, like a little soup or something that is crispy crunchy, like crispy pork belly. Sounds good, right? Mil grop, which is pork belly, or komoyang, which is an isan grilled neck on the barbie. Yum, yum, yum. So that's what I would suggest people to do. And I suppose it is the challenge when you are just on your own eating. And I do see a lot of people going, well, I'll eat the same noodle dish every day, and that's just what I'm going to eat. And probably that's okay, but there is so much more out there. Has anybody got any more other questions? Do you want to know about hygiene or eating on the streets or anything like that? Because I must say, some of the local food markets here are just absolutely wonderful. And as a new expat or an expat recently moving here, or someone who's contemplating the move here, the local market where locals go at night to get either fresh produce or they buy pre-made meals. And it's like a street food area on steroids, but in a local market. It is absolutely fantastic. My husband goes probably 3 or 4 nights a week for our evening meals, and it is very affordable. But the best thing about it is you can taste something different every night you go. And there is vendors that do curries. Now they're called, you can see sometimes them in the streets as well. They're called cow gang shops. And they are where they sell maybe 20 or 30 different curries or dishes, and you buy it over rice. And in these markets, there's places like that too. So it is a great way. I went to one the other day, and like I got 3 things, 20 baht each. I was only eating on my own, got some rice. So what's that? 70 baht I spent, and I was full. So I think that's the important thing about here. And if you don't like it, you're losing 20 baht. But I think the big thing is people don't want to have a bad meal. So hence why you go back to eating what you know. And I get it, right? And sometimes I just love eating what I know. But I also like trying things. I also, sometimes you just order something because it looks good and we get it and go, okay, that's interesting. But also we do that and it comes back and we go, oh my gosh, why haven't we been ordering this before? And one of the things, I mentioned earlier about yum nem khao tot, and that is a great salad. It is a salad of a crushed rice ball, and it's just got all the, it's got chili, it's got a little bit of sugar in there. It is an amazing salad. But to be honest, my husband and I only got to know about that dish after traveling here for 20 odd years, when we started doing food tours and we started really exploring the areas around food. And that's why we encourage people when they come here to Thailand, and whether they're here or wherever, but obviously we want them here, is to do a food tour, because you're going to taste dishes that you have never experienced before, and you're going to taste dishes that we haven't asked the vendors to serve any different. And that's probably the main thing for me here, with people coming, whether that's travelers or expats living here, is you really do want the chef to cook it how it's meant to be cooked. Your experience and your taste buds will be delighted with you. because the flavors are absolutely fantastic. So that's probably for me around doing, really understanding what dishes there are. And also remember that some people get very nervous about asking for things because they don't know if the vendor will understand and vice versa. But we live in the modern age. So Google Translate, if you haven't got a real life Google translator, like someone who speaks Thai, is there, but also they're going through the same emotions, right? So they're going, "I wonder what they're gonna ask me. I don't know if I'm gonna understand." But I think that is the effect of how you can really get into the culture of Thai food, because these people will then go, "Oh, right, those people really like my food," or, they wanted to try it. And I think that encourages them to keep serving up their own flavors to travelers and to expats. Thai beef. Oh, okay, Honkin. Thai beef. Well, that's an interesting one. Thank you for asking that question. Coming from Australia, and especially coming from Rockhampton, which is the beef capital of Australia, right? And knowing beef and loving beef. So coming here to Thailand is a real interesting part because Thai beef gets a really bad rap. So if I just roll it back in history a little bit, is because Thai beef is probably not eaten by, all the population, especially Muslim population or Muslim heritage. People from the south certainly do eat a lot of beef. But what happens, I think the main thing that happens here when a traveler comes here for the first time, they see beefsteak on the menu. So they go back to thinking in their home country, right, that is a steak, right? That is a big steak. And that's what I'm going to get. But when it comes, it's like a little thin piece like this, as in depth and round like that, because a steak here means a piece. So you get chicken steak, you get fish steak, you get beef steak, you get pork steak. So what happens then is it gets a bad rap because travelers go back and go, "Oh, never try the beef there again. It was tough and chewy and it was thin. It wasn't like what I would get in my home country." Well, no, it's not, because you're also paying 60 baht for that compared to a steak. I don't know what that costs now in my home country, but it's expensive, right? So there's a difference. But one thing that is happening here in Thailand, there is a big growth area in great Thai beef in the Isan area around near Khon Udon Thani, and they are doing very good beef. And top restaurants are now starting to get onto this, and it is absolutely delicious. Now, sometimes the criticism that people will say to me is, well, if it's made here in Thailand, it should be cheaper. Well, no, it's like artisan producers, and remembering that the beef cow is not really a big thing here. So these are now artisan producers producing great beef. So it is going to be more expensive. And even when you think about artisan producers in your home country, it is the same thing. It's more expensive because they're doing something more special. And that's the same here in Thailand. And I think the other big thing when people go to a Thai restaurant and they see maybe one beef dish on the menu, potentially that tells, and if I'm thinking about myself, that tells me a couple of things. One is they've just got it on there because maybe they've just got it on there. It also probably shows that they probably don't have a lot of beef on hand. So is it frozen, or, are they buying it every day? Because remembering that most restaurants buy their fresh produce nearly every day. And also, I think it's not probably the best cuts of meat. But if you go to a restaurant or a Thai restaurant and you see a number of Thai dishes on there, well, beef dishes on there, probably got a fair chance that it's more popular and that their beef is going to be a little bit fresher, and maybe they know how to handle it. And the other big thing around that is if you go to a noodle shop and you can get Nua tung, and that is stewed, slow braised stewed beef. Now, that's not the best cut of beef, right? But when it's been slow braised in that broth forever, well, it is absolutely delicious. But it's no different in your home country where you used to slow braise or pressure cook things. You used to get average cuts of beef or pork or whatever it may be, and you stick it in the slow cooker and away you go. Same here. But, there's a beef place not far from our office called Slot Beef, and they do they do Japanese beef dishes, only Japanese beef dishes. They have a couple of Thai influenced dishes in there. The beef is out of this world. There's a place in Bangkok called 100 Masa Set. I can't pronounce it right, but oh, they do amazing beef from Kongan. So beef mhm, does get a bit of a bad rap here, and I just say to people, if you're expecting a beef steak like you are in your home country, you've got to expect that it's going to cost you more than 60, 80, 100 baht. So just think about that. And also, Thai people are okay with all of that. So remembering that travelers and expats, we are the minority of this country that is, 70 million people. So, that's a little bit like what it is. Now, we've got a couple other people just joined in. So if you do have any other questions, maybe shoot them through to me. I've probably got another 5 minutes or so that we'll continue talking about that. But you do learn a little bit around once you keep eating out and testing things. And I do encourage people to keep trying things. But one thing I would say to people is that Thai chefs are amazing, their flavor profiles that they get into food. But also the flip side is they are very accommodating. And sometimes I would say they just, they don't want any negative feedback. They just are so thankful for your business. But also sometimes what happens is they have to change their menus sometimes, because if they want to keep getting people into their restaurant and having great feedback, maybe a Nissan restaurant from the Northeast might start doing some central dishes or some dishes from the South. And that is because of popular demand. But I think also what happens there is that also, one, they just want to deliver to those people, but also it's the people who are ordering it not understanding the heritage of that chef. And that is really, really important to me. And I do encourage you as expats and travelers to Thailand is to try things that are a little bit new to you. It will do you a world of good. So that's, I think I might going to wrap it up if there's no more questions out there. And I think one of the things that I did want to get across is, there's a thing about where Thai people eat is one of the, that you should eat where Thai people are eating. Well, that's true to a certain degree. I actually look at it a little bit differently when I'm trying to eat out. If they've got a menu all written in Thai, to be honest, that means that the restaurant is going to be cooking for Thai people. And to me, that is a big, big difference. I'm not saying that Thai people don't eat in restaurants that have a Western menu, that they certainly do. But certainly when I go to restaurants and I see a fully written menu in Thai, I know I'm going to get some great food. Now, what advice, I've just got another question here. What advice would you give to people traveling to Thailand when they want to eat real Thai food? I mean, like avoiding places that have a huge Western clientele. Okay. Well, that's a really good question. So it probably leads on to what I was just talking about is you are looking for menus that have got only Thai script in them. That's your first thing. Also, if I'm thinking about Hua Hin, the zone for travelers is sort of between the Hilton down to like the Hyatt along that main strip. And then you get over the main road and then you start getting out into Thai suburbs. And there's a couple of strips that are like Soy 112, Soy 102, where a lot of expats live, and probably up close to here, like Soy 6, Upper Soy 6 and Soy 8 have expat communities in there. But I do look for places on Google Maps, and I'm looking for Thai reviews. That's what I'm doing first off. So if I see Thai reviews, all Thai reviews, I know that's going to be a little bit more targeted. That place is going to be more targeted to the Thai traveler rather than, or the Thai person living here, rather than the expat or the traveler. The other thing I too look at is, TikTok is becoming a very great way to look for places, because lots of Thai people are on TikTok showing what they're eating, and it is a great way to check that out. So, and if you see those TikTok reviews all done in Thai, that's going to give you another leg up. So for me, that's what I look for. And sometimes, I don't know if this is going to come across right or wrong, but sometimes Thai travelers coming to an area, wherever that may be, they may not even know either. Like, whilst they're probably more au fait with Thai food and restaurants and all that type of thing, they may not know exactly what's right or wrong either. So it's just putting that in perspective. But one thing I must say about Hua Hin, and this is a plug about Hua Hin, is that not only do we get international travelers, but Thai travelers from Bangkok keep Hua Hin real. And what I mean by that is, if the vendors and the restaurant owners here are not catering for the Thai people who are traveling from Bangkok to get away for the weekend or whatever they're doing, because it's an easy travel down here, it's a great environment, then they're not going to get people coming back to their restaurant. And I'll give you an example. We live in a street where there is an amazing Thai restaurant, only open in the day. Do you think we can get a park outside our house on a weekend or long weekend? No. So that restaurant is absolutely amazing, but it is very much catering for a Thai person. And Nong JJ is the name of that, before someone asks me. But it is amazing. They have got great dishes and variety, good prices, great seafood, but it's not a seafood restaurant. It is a Thai restaurant focusing around sort of central area food with a little, sort of little bit of southern in there as well. But that's good. And I suppose I will always say to people is follow Feast Thailand, because we tell people to go where we eat. And also, if someone asks me off air, about a place, it's all up to taste, to be honest with you as well. Like, maybe not everybody likes my taste, and I don't like everybody else's taste as well. So it is important to, sort of get some rounded feedback, and because we live here, we love it. Okay. Thank you for all your feedback. Sorry about the bit of a hiccup at the start. I can see that there's 6 or 7 people on the stream at the moment. Thank you very much. I am going to do another one and get my act together, but thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you've got other questions, please do not hesitate to send me a message, whether that's here on YouTube or through any of our social media channels. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks very much, and see you later. Sean, Joe, thank you for joining me. Honkin, there's another rockin' on there as well. Hey, thank you very much, and we'll talk soon. So